gym owner with the big beard on Tucker Carlson from New Jersey, who will not shut down his gym. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand to your feet and greet Ian Big Beard Smith. Hey! Now, folks, before I give him the mic here, I told General Flynn we're going to raise $1 million for the families of those 13 fallen soldiers, right? We're going to do that. So I need everybody to go to americasfuture.net, and I'm developing new strategies to help everybody afford the $13 needed to support these families. You can get more, by the way. And so Ian and I were talking backstage. You're a fitness expert. You own a gym. If we eat less food today, like if we all go on a fast to come up with the $13, like if we don't eat today, thus saving $13, will we lose weight if we eat less?
Yeah, that's a pretty simple scientific equation.
So you can support the families of the fallen soldiers and lose weight, ladies and gentlemen. So donate at americasfuture.net. One more time, let's hear for Ian Smith.
How you guys feeling today? My name is Ian Smith. I'm one of the co-owners of the Atilis Gym in Belmar, along with my business partner, Frank Trombetti. Some of you guys may have heard of us. Some of you guys may know our story. I'm going to tell it to you anyway from the beginning. And I'm going to leave you with just a couple thoughts for the day. Story started the same. I think we all remember the beginning. We all got a little scared. The media hype came, and we were told to suspend our lives, to isolate, to quarantine, and to wait for the virus to go away. So unwillingly, we shut down our business, and we did so because we didn't know enough to confidently stay open. But Frank and I went to work every single day. We were at work the next day. We had just bought the Atilis Gym 8 months prior, and it was a project. The gym we bought needed a lot of love, and in that very short amount of time, Frank and I completely transformed the gym, transformed the environment, and we were profitable from day one. We put every penny that we made back into the business because we wanted to grow it, and we wanted to create a community in our community where people could go and learn to be better, to be more confident, to be stronger, and be healthier. That was our mission from day one, and it hasn't changed. So we went to work, and we had a lot of things to do around the gym, but what we started to do was pay attention. And I think that's something that a lot of us started to do last March. And I think it was something a lot of us were not doing before last March. So we paid attention to two things, the science and the politics. Very, very quickly, neither one of those things was making a lot of sense. The politics were, well, politics as usual. Politicians bickering amongst each other and then going and having lunch together while we all suffered and waited. And the science wasn't adding up. Every other day, the CDC and the WHO and Dr. Fauci decided that there was another thing that we needed to do or another restriction that came down, constant contradictions. So Frank and I went to work, and we decided once they passed the economic stimulus bill on day 11 of the shutdown that this was not about a virus, it was not about public safety, it was not about public health, it was about control. We decided we were going to reopen our gym, but we were going to take our time, and we were going to learn ourselves, and we were going to equip ourselves to be ready for whatever came. So we worked hard for the next 6 weeks, and 2 months to the day, we reopened our gym. And we did so very publicly. We did so very publicly because we wanted to show the public a couple things. We wanted to show the public, first and foremost, that there was absolutely nothing to be afraid of. And we wanted to show the public also what the government was willing to do to ensure your compliance, even in the face of the absence of true hard science. So we put together a very robust safety protocol. We had 15 points to it. It went so far above and beyond what Big Box was required to do that it would be absolutely laughable to shut us down. You guys know the story. They tried to shut us down anyway. And we went on Tucker Carlson. Thank you to Tucker Carlson for throwing a can of gasoline on our little fire. And we stood out in the light in front of everybody and offered the government to come and talk to us and figure out a plan for not only our business, but every business, every church, every school in America to reopen safely. So we said, we're going to open. You have 1 week to come talk to us. And we heard nothing but crickets, other than the threat that we would be arrested if we opened. So we locked ourselves inside the gym on Sunday night, us and some volunteers. We chained the doors, and we got ready for what would be the biggest battle of our lives. On Monday morning, we reopened. Early in the morning, we could hear the crowd gathering outside. There was several hundred people. There was every news agency in the country. And Frank and I stood there and looked at each other at about 7 a.m. and said, we sure hope somebody comes to work out. And they did. When we opened our doors, there was a line wrapped around the building of our members. So we reopened our gym. Day one, we got some citations. Day two, we got some citations. Our members started getting citations for violation of a governor's order, whatever that means. One of our members got arrested. On Wednesday, they continued the citations. They started pulling our members over on the way home and harassing them for coming to exercise their rights to move freely. Thursday, we got a health department shutdown. Mind you, no health department official ever stepped foot inside of our building, ever contacted us, called, emailed, even took a look at our safety program. It was posted on the door. They came in the middle of the night like cowards and slapped a notice of closure on our door. So we reopened anyway. Then on Friday, after what felt like a normal day, in the middle of the night, a corrupt, lackey judge named Judge Robert Lugie put a court order, yeah, that's a great name, isn't it? Put a court order to lock our doors, and they came in the middle of the night, and they changed the locks on our doors of our business without our permission because coronavirus. So we played nice for just a little while. We wanted to allow the legal system to work the right way, and it didn't. So we picked the locks, and we went back inside and reopened our gym. Because the mission was simple. The mission was simple. We didn't have some big plan moving forward. Frank and I looked each other in the eye before we opened, and we said, till the wheels fall off. We were going to stand our ground, and we weren't going to give an inch. Our gym was going to open every single day, no matter what they tried to do. So we opened, and we opened, and we opened. Finally, we got a contempt of court order from Judge Robert Lugie. This time, they started fining us $15,497.76 per day for every day that we're in operation. So we kept opening our gym. Then they threatened that they were going to come and barricade our doors again. They were going to come and lock, they were going to come and lock our doors again. So Frank and I sat there, and we were trying to figure out what to do because this entire process has been, okay, now what? Okay, now what? Okay, now what? And a friend of mine, another gym owner in California, his name's Lou Uridel. He was actually the first gym owner in the country to get arrested for opening his gym. Jokingly said, why don't you take the doors off? So we took the doors off. We took the doors off the gym. We took the doors off the gym, and we opened it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 40 days and 40 nights. I like that flag. Finally, they came and arrested us. They barricaded our doors. Me and Frank took about 2 days off because we needed some sleep. We called the news. I called Tucker Carlson and said, hey, I'm going to have a clip for you. I'll send it over in a little bit. And we gathered a crowd. And we stood in front of those little flimsy plywood barricade that they put up. And we kicked the doors back in, turned the music on, turned the lights on, and got right back to business. And we did all these things because we know we were right. Government does not give you permission to live your life. Government is supposed to protect the rights that are guaranteed to you by God and the Constitution of the United States of America. And I'll hurry this story up a little bit because I do want to leave you with a lesson. They wound up taking $173,000 from our bank account in the middle of ongoing litigation. That money is entirely donations because we don't charge our members. We haven't charged our members since we originally shut down. So in the past 18 months, we haven't taken a penny for membership. All of that money came from donations, and it was specifically earmarked for our legal funds. They didn't care. They took it anyway. So the next week, when I announced it, we had $150,000 of t-shirt sales by the end of the week, and we went right back to business. And government still continues to escalate to this day. Currently, we just got fined another $140,000. We had another $40,000 taken from us. And now Frank and I are personally liable. They pierced through the LLC, and they're coming for our personal bank accounts. That won't stop us. The gym will be open no matter what. We have a total of 8 criminal charges. We'll be resolving that soon. We have over 80 municipal citations. We have fines, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars when they decide to collect them. We don't have a business license. We're in the process. This Tuesday coming up, our arguments will be heard in court to reinstate our business license, and if we don't get it back, we'll just keep on appealing it and keep fighting. So, I tell you this story because it's kind of a cool one, but there's absolutely nothing different about Frank and I than any of you at all. There's nothing special about us. We're 2 regular guys who work hard, believe in American values, and are not going to give an inch to these petty tyrants who are trying to take away everything this country is built on. What we did and what we continue to do is just about resolve. We decided to draw our line in the sand, and we said, you will not cross this line, and they won't. And I think the biggest mistake that we made, all of us collectively, leading into this coronavirus debacle, is that we thought one man was going to fix all our problems. But we know that there are 80, if not more, million of us who all feel the same way, who all align under the same values and the same flag and believe in the same things. And if 80 million of us, or more, decide to get involved and fix one problem, I guarantee you this country will look a lot better overnight. And it starts at the local level. We need to stop worrying about Joe Biden. We need to stop worrying about Nancy Pelosi. We need to stop worrying about these people who are so far removed from the common person that they don't hear our voices. You know who hears our voices? The local officials. These people do not have the fortitude to stand up to an angry community, and we're seeing it all over the place. We're seeing it at Board of Education meetings. We're seeing it at town hall meetings. These people are folding left and right under the pressure of the people. That's where we win our battles, at the local level, and move up from there. So my invitation to you is get involved. And if you don't know where, ask yourself what you care about. Is it your kids? Is it your grandkids? Is it medical autonomy? Is it religious freedom? Whatever it is, there's a hill for each and every one of us in our communities to fight on. And if you don't see that hill, then you're the leader. And go find it, because people will follow you. I promise you that. There was nobody leading in our community, and Frank and I became leaders overnight because we decided that we weren't going to stand for it. So I like to do this closing exercise because I think the biggest trick that they ever pulled was they convinced us that our voices didn't matter. They convinced us that we were powerless, that, you know, that we're just one little cog in the machine. And it's a pretty good trick because it gets people to not pay attention and just go with the flow. But I don't think we can go with the flow anymore. Nobody likes where we're heading. So I'm going to pick one person. Can you make as much noise for me as humanly possible? Go ahead. Make as much noise. Just you. All right. That's one person, right? One person making that noise. Now I want everybody in the room to make as much noise as possible and let your voice be heard. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's a visual representation of what you're all capable of in your communities. I want you to take that with you today and remember that, because that one voice is a part of that bigger voice. I love you guys. Keep fighting, find your hill, and defend it with your life. God bless you guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear for Ian Smith.